So I'm having an urgent message here from someone's grandmother here. Moreover, your grandmother wants you to know something. Whatever this is, it's something that can help you in your situation at this time. Whatever that you might be going through at this time, my collective here. So we'll dive in here and see exactly why this grandmother is coming in for someone here and what exactly she wants you to know. Okay, you're appreciated by me so much for just stopping here and choosing me, guys. Okay, and always remember the readings here are general like that, so you will surely take what resonates with you and your life journey, guys. Never force anything unto yourself. Something about the fifth, you could have been born on the fifth of the month, or month number 5, something of that sort. You could be seeing 555 a lot for some of you. This is more like something could be changing energetically as far as you are concerned here. I'm also getting the energy of 1122, 1133, 1155. I'm also getting 1221, 1212. Okay, so you are highly connected to the divine feminine energy here for some of you here. Okay, 1313 also, that's the number that I'm getting here. So we'll dive and see exactly why your grandmother is here. What is more important for my collective energy to know at this time? Okay, so let's see. Spirit, can you speak for my collective energy, please, and thank you. So another thing that I'm also getting is that your grandmother was someone more of a chosen individual energetically. So it's someone who was highly gifted, intuitive even. Okay, so we're having the lady here. The lady is the empress. Okay, so the lady is saying enjoy growth and reap rewards. So you could be a Taurus energy, or your grandmother was for some of you. So she wants you to know that there are blessings that are somewhat awaiting you for some of you, and maybe that's something that you're not aware. Or she wants you to know that your money is interconnected to your gifts. Okay, that's one thing. Maybe you could be struggling in the finances, or making money, or how you make money, or something like that. So the spirit fox at the bottom of the deck is saying trust your talents in changing times. Okay, trust your talents in changing times. Yeah, something about the money. So we're having the trader here. So the trader is saying exchange energy to create abundance. Exchange energy to create abundance. For some of you, your money is interconnected with the gifts that you are having. So it's more of the energy that they don't necessarily want you to work for someone here, or find a job, or this is you simply having difficulty in attaining a job or something of that sort here, guys. Okay, that's what I'm picking on now. Okay, so you are not meant for the 9 to 5 type of energy here. This is something that is not approved energetically. Like I always emphasize, something has to be approved energetically for it to work for you here in the 3D. So for some of you, this is not something that is written in the stars for you. Okay, so let's see another card here coming from your grandmother. So we're having summer. So we're having summer, a bee, honey. Okay, so a bee is saying bask in joy and light. At the bottom, we're having stag. The stag card is saying trust and thrive. At the top, we're having the wise one. Okay, so the wise one is saying grow within your current situation. Something to do with the current situation. Like I have emphasized, this is something that will help you with your current situation at this time here, guys. Okay, so that's exactly what she wants you to know. So I have 2 cards here. Let me get one last as an overall from your grandmother spring. So this is an interconnected between the interconnectedness between yesterday's reading and this reading here. So the summer card and the spring card is coming in twice. Okay, more like the yesterday's energy. That's what. So at the bottom of the deck, we're having the star ancestor here saying, follow the voice of your soul. It has everything to do with you trusting your own intuition at this time here, guys. Okay. It can be you having difficulty in trusting your intuition, the voice that comes from within you here, the voice that comes from your soul. You have to know that you are the high priestess. That's exactly what your own spirit team wants you to know. Okay, so as a high priestess, you are someone who's highly intuitive, highly sensitive, highly connected, like that. So being around um, people that will tell you what to do, when and how, things and stuff like that, because you don't necessarily do things by the book, but you listen to the inner voice that directs you what to do, when and how. Okay, something like that. So maybe that's why it can be that difficult to find that 9 to 5 type of job here. For some of you, that's another thing, because you are the high priestess. Okay, and the high priestess is saying harness mystic powers. Whatever that you have to attain in this lifetime has everything to do with the mystics, of which is something that you can't find in retailers, something that you can find in whatever type of work that perhaps you want to do, something like that here for you. Okay, so in a nutshell, what I'm getting with this is that you are a high priestess. That's what she wants you to know here. Okay, exactly. So you could be connected more with the grandmother and the great grandmother for some of you, because we're having the lady here, we're having the high priestess, or the grandmother and the grandmother and the great grandmother, or rather the mother and the grandmother, something like that. Take it how it resonates with you, my collective. Okay, so but that's exactly what she wants you to know, that you are a high priestess. That's why here. Okay, so there's one thing that you have to know is that there are levels as far as your spiritual journey as a high priestess is concerned, because there are 3 levels connected to the high priest journey here. Okay, of which is also involves you growing, you healing, etc. here, guys. Okay, for some of you it can be you going through that journey or those phases without you being away. Okay, yeah, something of that sort. Okay, so let's get the message of the lady here. Let's get the message of the lady is saying, reap what you have sown and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Grow and expand in all areas of your life. Okay, so fertility, growth, and abundance are all imminent when the lady arrives in your life. All the seeds you have planted are coming to life, and there are plenty more rewards to come. In a material sense, this can represent financial security here and comfort. Okay, for some of you, could be longing for comfort, you could be longing for maybe that sense of security. I'm getting number 4. Okay, and this is something that is coming your way. Okay, it's something that is more guaranteed in a nutshell, because we're having the spring, we're also having summer. Okay, so summer is saying bask in joy and light, whereas spring is saying see your seeds grow. Something could be growing for some of you here. Okay, something could be growing here. Whatever this is something connected to your, I'm also getting the energy of the paternal for some of you here. Okay, so moreover, your paternal side cares a lot about you for some of you here, and they want you to be able to stand up for yourself here and be self-reliant, something like that. Okay, something like that. So let's get the summer card. Okay, so the summer card is saying rise up, open your wings and shine. Bring your projects and plans out into the light, onto manifestation, onto manifestation. Okay, so something about you manifesting here. there is something that you are hiding, there is something that you are keeping in a back burner, something that you are keeping away from the words you see, or something like that. It can be something that you have been working on for the longest time, or something like that. Whatever this is something that maybe you are afraid to share with the world. Maybe you are afraid that it will be a flop or something like that. Remember, the high priestess is all about you trusting the journey and trusting your inner strength, your inner knowing. Because if you don't trust that, it works against who you are as the high priestess. The high priestess trusts what they know. And that's another part of your healing, okay? From what you have experienced, what you were told, whatever that has been planted in you, as in like this is who you are. Okay, so this is you finding the real truth or the real self, through healing, through understanding. Okay, something like that. And the minute you tap into that, then you realize the real self. Only then you can trust yourself, your voice, and everything that comes with you here. 1111 could be specific for some of you here. That's exactly what the summer card is saying here. So we're also having the spring card saying, embrace the change that is in the horizon. Allow your dreams to become a reality. Okay? It's okay to dream. Okay? But for your dreams to become a reality, you have to wake up also. Okay, you don't have to remain dreaming and dreaming and dreaming like that. That's another thing that can actually work against the high pretest. Okay, because you are somewhat controlled more by the moon. Okay, the moon, of which it rules your intuition, your inner knowing, or something like that here. And also another thing is that energy, that the energy of Neptune also. Okay, so it brings more of illusion also in your life, where you don't necessarily wake up to reality, as in like things have to exist in that sense. So it's time for you to bring something to life now. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. So enough about planning or something like that. Something like that for some of you here. Okay, this won't necessarily resonate with all of you. For some of you, it can be that your own spirit team wants you to know that there is a sense of abundance coming your way. That's what they want you to know, because they want you to be happy also. They want you to embrace joy and happiness here. Okay, after all is said and done, something like that. For some of you, it can be you struggling to find a job or something like that. So they're trying to tell you that stop wasting your time in trying to find a job, but rather focus on what you are meant to do as the high pretest. Okay, something like that, because time cannot be replaced in a way. That's another thing that I'm also getting here for you, collective here. So it's more like it is that time for you to tap into that energy that says you. Okay, something like that. So let's see. Let me dive to the tarot here and see exactly what is this all about here. What is this all about here? Okay, so anything connected to your feminine energy. So your feminine energy is somewhat strong. Always remember, as the high priestess, you must also find balance in between. That's why she is the pillar. That's why the high priestess is in between two pillars. Okay, in between two pillars. This means control, not necessarily in a way that is toxic, but in a way that something has to be balanced for you to be in that energy here. Okay, something about number two, something about number 11. Okay, that's it. With the two pillars in between, okay, you being in control of your emotions. That's why the high priestess, you might find the high priestess, the moon being down and another moon being on the head, something like that here. Okay, so let's dive to the cards here and see, because when you are the high priestess and the energy is somewhat imbalanced, this means that you won't necessarily be able to implement, because implementation requires action, and actions comes from the strength of fire. Okay, yeah. So let's see, Spirit, can you speak more as far as the energy that is here is concerned? So you are literally a goddess for some of you. You embody the energy of the goddess. Okay. So let's see, Spirit, speak for the collective, please, and thank you. What is more for my collective to know at this time? The moon. did I say? The moon. Something to do with your intuition, your inner knowing, the mystics, what you are not seeing. Okay. Or it can be your emotions standing in your way, something of that sort. Okay. So we're having the seven of wands at the bottom of the deck here. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see why the moon. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You could be one of those. So let's see, Spirit, speak more. Yeah. The Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is that energy of, you know what I'm getting with this? This is something that is more deep now. Okay. There could be an energy that was meant to distract you so that you don't tap into your power. And whatever this is something that is somewhat now being uplifted here. So the veil has been uplifted. So nothing is standing in your way. That's why the Empress at the bottom of the deck, the Empress is coming in again, guys. Okay. The Empress is coming in again. So it is that time when you are now embodying that energy of the Empress in your life. Yeah, something of that sort. The cat, the energy of the cat is coming in twice here. Okay. It's coming in twice with the Queen of Wands. Okay, so with the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Cups represent your, that energy, your feminine energy is something that was more manipulated. How was this energy manipulated? Look at this, we're having the moon. It can be you having both the sun and the moon in the first house for some of you here, because if that is the case, it simply means that you are more likely to be controlled by the moon instead. Okay, and because of this rules your mind. Okay, so you are more controlled by your mind more than anything else here, guys. Okay, so with the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Cups represent your energy as a whole. This is your chakras, so to speak. So your Shakti energy. Okay, it is that energy that was somewhat manipulated, making use the energy of water. That's why I picked on the energy of Neptune or something like that. But something was more um, triggering when it comes to your life. Okay, it can be through the people that you trusted or something like that. But whatever this is, trust me, is something that is being uplifted here, because you are having these forces here. These are the feminine energies that are somewhat working with you at this time. So they want you to be aware of this here. Okay, if maybe you were not aware, I'm also getting the energy of the octopus spirit here. The octopus has also um 8 arms, okay, something like that. And this is the most energy that is being used negatively to influence other individuals mentally, so to speak, here with the moon. It can be that energy that was used against you so that you don't necessarily tap into that power, the power of you as the high priestess. And whatever this is, it can be something that was also blocking your intuition, because you can't necessarily trust your intuition if you are trapped in a way. So it is the energy that traps your mind in that sense. Okay, so you are forever in your mind, so you are trapped in that illusion where you create things in your own in your own head, and they exist there, and that's just that, but you don't necessarily implement. Okay, say for instance you have the ability to divine, okay, to be a diviner or something like that, but you know, this is something that you know from the heart, this is something that you know from, but you can't necessarily do divination in a way. Okay, whenever you are supposed to do more of divination, your heart can literally start to race or something like that, or there is this type of fear that comes, you know, that something of that sort. For some of you, it can be something that you are literally going through, and or something that you went through that is somewhat uplifted now. So they want you to be aware that whatever that was more of an obstacle in your life has been removed. Okay, that's exactly what this grandmother is here for. Okay, something like that for you, collective, something like that, because I'm also getting the energy of the octopus spirit that was used against you. Okay, something of that sort. So let's get more. Let's get more and see as far as the energy that is here is concerned here. Okay, to block the feminine energy within you, to block the real energy that you embody. Okay, because if someone is making use of the octopus spirits here, it somewhat dims that type of light that you carry. Like I said, there are three phases as far as you becoming a high priestess is concerned here. So these phases are connected to both the energy of the goddesses that will give you strength for you to be able to step into that energy. Something like that. Something to do with those three forces here. Okay. And this has to be interconnectedness with the energies that you carry, that of your family, okay? Because there has to be more of authority, like I said, authority given by your own spirit team, your ancestors, before anything else, okay? It has to be something that you carry, something that you embody, okay? Because most people that make use of the octopus spirits are the people that want to manipulate the energy, okay? For some of you, if you follow me, um, right through like that, you know the Seven of Wands, okay? How I perceive the Seven of Wands energetically, okay? More like the marine spirits that are not pure, that are meant to confuse you, okay? Something like that. So that's exactly what they used against you to suppress the energy that you carry, okay? For them, maybe to be able to make use of your energy or anything like that, okay? Something like that. So let's dive more and see, Spirit, tell me more as far as the energy that is here is concerned. So we're having the Nine of Pentacles. So now you could be in the energy of the Nine of Pentacles and maybe you're not aware, okay? For some of you, this comes more like clarity, a clarity of some sort here. So let's see, Spirit, speak more. Yeah, we're having the Queen of Wands. So this goes well along with the Queen's, okay, the energy of the Queens. That's it. The energy of the Queens in the deck, okay, something like that. So you were blindfolded in a way. That's it, okay. So let's see, Spirit, speak more for my collective here. You are moving to calmer waters here. For some of you, they made use of dirty water. You know, dirty water, more like amanzamnyama, something like that, to dim your light or something like that. That's exactly what they have used. And your own spirit team made sure that they got you out of that. 222, you could be seeing 222 a lot here, okay, something like that. And this might have caused you to, you know, overextend yourself where things were not necessarily working or something like that. That's another. So let's see the influence to this. What is the influence to all of this here? What's the influence here? We're having the King of Cups. We're having the King of Cups. We're having the Empress. The Empress is coming in correct. Okay. Look at this. You're gaining strength as far as the energy that you carry within. Okay. Or the Empress within you has gained a strength. That's exactly what your own spirit team wants you to know. And whatever this is was brought forward by the masculine energies in your spiritual court, your spirit team here, okay, they are the ones that literally did the hard work so that your light returns, something like that. For some of you, your light was dimmed, okay, something like that. Everything to do with the queens and the kings. For some of you, that's another thing that I'm also getting, okay. So moreover, I'm getting the energy that masculines have done the work. So now the queens, the you know, the feminines, the empresses are stepping in. Something of that sort here for you here. So let me get those cards and see exactly what could have been more of an obstacle as far as your energy is concerned here. Okay, let's see what could have been more of an obstacle as far as your energy was concerned. As far as your energy is concerned here, my collective, or whatever that might have transpired, okay? Always remember, for you to have a direction as to where you're hitting at, you have to understand what occurred so that you can also be able to prevent it from happening again, okay? Something like that. So let's see, Spirit, can you speak more? Okay. Can you speak more as far as the energy that is here is concerned? Okay. We're having prosperity here. We're having prosperity connected to the goddess again. So this energy is coming in again. You will soon manifest from your hard work. That's what this card is saying. So something has been unlocked as far as your energy is concerned here. Okay, let me get the card. Okay, something has been unlocked as far as your energy is concerned here. So let's see, Spirit, speak more as far as the prosperity card is concerned. Yeah, we have it seagulls. Seagulls. It's more of a cult, a team, a group. Okay. For some of you, it can be that you were a part of those individuals without you knowing. It's like joining a cult without you being aware that you are simply in a cult. Okay. Because in today's day and age, even joining a church, it's more like you being in a cult. It can be something that works against your spiritual life, your spiritual journey, or your mission in life, so to speak here. Okay, because in most churches they use water. So it all depends, as the water, is it that of purity, or it is the water that was somewhat manipulated, because the energy of water can be manipulated to work either for you or against you, something like that. So we're having the seagulls here. The seagulls, they reside in the sea. Okay, so that's exactly where they like to roam around. Okay, even though you might find them anywhere, because that's seagulls for you. So the seagulls, they love to team up and they steal things directly from your hand. Okay, they take what is meant for you and make them for you. So these are those type of energies that can literally mimic, okay, you like that. So stealing from others, and also they can nest anywhere. So these are those type of energies that for some of you you have dealt with. Okay, something like that. So let's see more. Why the seagulls? Okay, yeah. Okay, to bring more of a distraction in your life here. So that's exactly what brought more of distraction in your life here. All right, because seagulls can represent more of a group. Like I said, for some of you, it can be a church, it can be whatever. Okay, yeah, so we're having a family here. So your own spirit team are saying family is very important. Put your family first. Okay, something like that. Something like that. So let's see, spirit, speak more. I will pull two more cards from here and see. Two more cards from this. Okay. Spiritual ceremony. Anything to do with a ceremony that was held, a prayer. For some of you, it's something connected to prayer, trust me. It can be that type of energy where you are around people and you think they are prayerful. You think these people, they follow the truth or something like that. Something to do with seven candles. For some of you, that's another, okay, something like that. And whatever those seven candles are, somewhat igniting the energy of destruction, the fire of destruction in a way. And how is this? Look at this, the seven of cups. That's exactly how the energy might have been activated in your life, your energy, your aura, your auric field, to block the actual energy that you carry, the essence that you carry, the goddess within you, something like that. It can be something that you stopped. For some of you, if this is a church, not every church is for you. Know this. Okay, not, yeah, look at this. At the bottom of the deck, we're having extraordinary exhaustion, overly tired. Okay, so you were forever under attack because whatever that you were doing was bringing in more of negativity in your life. Look at this, we're having prayer here. So it can be something that whenever you pray, you invite unwanted spirits, unwanted energies, and that's why you felt more attacks instead of you feeling safe. It is that energy when you feel scared, even when you are praying, as in like there are people behind you or something like that. It's like you inviting those type of energies that were given to you. Okay, whatever these energies were somewhat suppressing the energy that you carry, the empress within you, the Shakti within you, the Shakina within you. That's exactly what was suppressing the energy. And whatever this is something that was uplifted, something that your own spirit guides fought without you even knowing. For some of you, that's it. That's it. For some of you, it's a church, excuse if it is, okay, because there's a lot of manipulation happening in this lifetime and age. Okay, so that's why you have to trust your intuition. That's why for some of you, maybe you don't necessarily trust your intuition at this time. Overall, from here, yeah, danger. They wanted danger for you in your life or something like that here, guys. Okay, yeah, that's another thing that I'm getting here. Okay, not everybody who prays. Some people they're using prayer as a shield or as a face or something like that for you to trust them, for you to believe them anyhow, whereas their intentions are not exactly the same. That's why it's very important for you to make use of your own intuition. Trust your inner knowing. If your inner voice is saying no, trust that. It is never wrong and it will never be. Okay, the only obstacle is you having difficulty in trusting that because of maybe what is happening in and around you. Okay, something of that sort. So, where do we go from here? Right? That's it. That's what I'm picking on as far as the energy that is here is concerned here, guys. Okay. All right, let's see. Let me get these cards for you and see more. Spirit, can you speak more as far as the energy that is here is concerned for my collective here? Spirit, can you speak? So that's the news that this grandmother is bringing in. And I feel like this grandmother is not alone. The reason why I'm saying this is because of this. It's a team of feminine energies here that work with you. Okay? And we're also having this. The one that gives you inner strength, the one that balances your femininity, your beauty, or something like that. For some of you also, it can be your beauty was somewhat siphoned in a way. That energy of you hiding yourself in a way. Okay, something like that. So let's see. Spirit, can you speak? So we're having angel number 21. 21, number three feminines. Okay, your angels have realized your emotional instability. Okay, become emotionally independent. Don't, okay, become emotionally independent. What? Okay, become emotionally independent as your angels are here to support you. Okay, your emotional way of being here, the moon's energy. So we're also having angel number 8 saying personal powers, talents, self-confidence, also success in all areas of your life. It can be your career, or this speaks of you having infinite potential here. Number 8 is connected to your Kundalini energy as well. Okay, so we're also having angel number 24. Hard work pays off. Never waste your skills. Make use of them to succeed in life. Develop your personal talents. Okay, develop your personal talents. Need I say the divine feminine? The energy is saying the divine feminine. I'm also getting number 8, number 6. So those numbers could be specific in your life at this time. So first, speak more for the collective. We're also having the sacral chakra. Need I say your waters? The sacral chakra is your emotional way of being, what brings you joy, your sexual energy, your passion. And if the energy is blocked, you become what? Emotionally unstable. You have the low libido. You are this uninspired person who can't necessarily create anything. So I'm also getting the energy, okay? Yeah. So they try to ruin you big time, collective, for some of you. Okay, so we're also having Jupiter here. Jupiter is the guru, the teacher. Maybe the teacher did awaken within you for some of you. So the energy is saying you are God gifted. Okay, you are God gifted. Also, it speaks about you manifesting in this lifetime. Use your talents and show them to the world. Never hide what God has given you here. Okay, not everyone will like it. Not everyone will applaud you. It has nothing to do with people applauding you in a way, shape, or form here, guys. It's all about you putting it out there. That's exactly what will bring life to the energy within you. Because if it's hidden, then it remains like that. It is not known. And that's exactly how you take your power back. Did I say 13, 13? Now, angel number 13 is coming in. This is associated with karma. Okay, your ascendant masters are letting you know they are with you. This is the goddess energy. Okay, change, fulfilling your soul mission. The change is here as far as you fulfilling your soul mission is concerned here, guys. Okay, so we're having Mercury at the bottom of the deck. Maybe this Mercury retrograde is more specific to some of you. So planet Mercury is all about communication. It reminds you to express yourself openly with others as confusion or misunderstandings might arise. Okay, so at the top, we're having angel number 9 saying maturity and also enlightenment. It can be that now you are enlightened enough to or have a little of experience to take control, understanding, or have that sense of understanding. Okay, it encourages you to service others with knowledge. Whatever that you know, share whatever that you know. You might be surprised how most people could be going through the same thing. Okay, and that can prove to be beneficial and helpful overall here. So the overall energy is Ketu. Did I say Virgo energy? I'm also getting the energy Virgo. So planet Ketu is the south node of the moon, the opposition of Rahu. Something about the eclipse. Okay, so it has everything to do with your mental and your emotional disturbance. Okay, so for you to be the high priest, the high priestess, your Ketu must be strong, your moon must be strong. Okay, so and how you know is through your emotions. If you can stay in control of your emotions or anything like that, stay in your truth, express yourself like that or something like that, it's a sign. Okay, so it brings more of emotional disturbance, and also it involves the gift of clairvoyancy, or you being very intuitive and independent energetically. Okay, it is the interconnectedness of Mercury, okay, with Ketu. All right, that's it. That's it, my collective. So that's it. That's it. Like your energy was somewhat suppressed. It feels more like that's the overall energy here. Your energy being suppressed in a way so that you don't necessarily express yourself to the core. Okay, so let's see who's got you in spirit as well. This will be your overall energy collective. So let's see. What's the overall energy for my collective here? Like already I have emphasized, there are forces that have been working to bring justice to you, to uplift something. You know, some things are above us. That's another. There are things that you can literally fight yourself with the support of your own spirit team, but some things they require patience, and they also require more of, yeah, patience. That's all I can say. Okay, it requires you to be patient with your journey. These are the things that you can't necessarily override or things that you can necessarily ignore. You just have to trust, keep on praying, keep on doing what you do, or something like that, up until the right time arrives. It all depends, and also it comes back to what? The timeline, okay? The authority. Because if something was given more of authority in spirit, you have to wait for that period to end. And once that period ends, it has something to do with 7 years for some of you. Whatever this is, it can be something that took 7 years where you had to struggle mentally, emotionally, everything. Everything was more of a struggle in your life here. So your spiritual life was something that was not necessarily making sense. Okay. Whatever this is has been uplifted here. It has been, okay? And because you stayed obedient like that and trusting that one day things will shift, and that's exactly what is happening in your life at this time. And maybe that's exactly what you're not seeing at this time. Something like that for you, collective here. So Archangel Michael is saying, trust heaven now. Trust heaven. Okay? You're okay, trust heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Okay, surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to okay. So Archangel Michael, the energy of fire. Okay, I'm also getting a spear, no, a sword. Okay, so this is the force that is somewhat protecting you in spirit at this time. It is connected to the energy of the sun. Okay. Always remember when you are being ruled more by the moon, it somewhat suppresses the self. The self is the sun. Okay. For some of you, that's why you may find that you have been struggling with your eyes, your eyesight, or issues with your eyes. It's because of that sun's energy being blocked. The self, where you can't necessarily express yourself to the core. Like I always emphasize, everything is interconnectedness. All these energies, they intertwine, they connect in a way, shape, or form where it brings more of something that is whole, that brings more of balance in your life. That's why they need to balance all your energies, all your chakras here, so that something makes sense in your life. Okay, something is solid in your life, something of that sort. So whatever this is, has been cut open. Okay, it's something that won't necessarily stand in your way anymore. So there is something big that is happening in the horizon for you. And that's exactly what your own grandmother wanted you to know, that you are safe and protected. Mercury. Did I say? As you can see, Mercury have two snakes. These snakes, this is the Ketu and the Rahu energy here. So Mercury is in control of these energies. Once your Mercury is correct, this is your intellect. Nothing can touch you. No serpent can work against you in that sense, okay? Or manipulation of some sort spiritually can work against you. That's why it's very important to be in control of your own intellect, not the mind. Because that's what is being manipulated, your moon's energy. Because it connects you with how you feel, how you know, all these things, my collective. So that's your overall energy here, guys. I really hope it does resonate with some of you. Okay, if it does, do subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up if this is your first time watching me and you find this more helpful to your situation. And as I come back, guys, you are highly appreciated here. All your comments are somewhat appreciated. Okay, you always supporting the channel in every way, shape, or form. It is highly appreciated by me. Okay, so until then, guys, you take care. Bye.